Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. Wednesdays, I was going to turn off my thing, but I think we're good. Wednesday, we're here. 30-minute express. We're going to do this with no props today. I hope everybody's feeling great. As usual, ready to move your body. I'm very excited to do this too today. Any quick questions? This is going to be no props, so we can kind of, use our full body weight and just kind of flow through it. We're going to keep moving. It's going to be like a little bit of a quicker pace today, but I'll still talk through all of the cueing. And yeah, a little confusion on timing today. I hope everybody can make it here on time today. This will be live for 24 hours. There'll be another live stream later on at 4 p.m. today. I don't think that one will be saved though, so. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so let's take your feet wide. Let's find a really wide stance here. Make sure that you're not too wide, that you can't hold your legs in. Your feet are kind of staying in parallel here. Start to take your arms back behind your chest, lifting up through the core. You're going to reach it back. You're going to start to bend your knees, reaching your hands forward. Your hips are going to pull back over your heels, and then lift it up. So you're just starting to flow through here, pulling the core in. Weight is in your heels. Shifting your weight backwards, lifting in and up. Just nice flow through your arms, starting to warm up your body. Weight pulls back over your heels and press it up. And let's do a few more here. Really finding like a full flat foot here, so you're feeling like a little bit more weight into your heels because you're shifting your weight backwards, but you're really planting your feet down. And then back, and then we're going to stay in that hinge. You're just going to reach your hands forward, start to take your arms back behind you, pulling in the core, reaching your hands forward. So we're just going to start to kind of move your arms in its socket here, keeping the core lifted, keeping length out of your neck. Try not to hold any tension into your jaw. And let's do two more. And then one more. And you're going to reach your hands out. You're going to press your legs all the way up straight. You're going to start to bend your right knee as you reach your hands out in front of you. Press through that leg, lifting up in the chest. Reaching it out, pressing through the leg and lifting. It's a nice flow here. Your body still stays straight in front of you. Your hips are pulling backwards. You're taking this more into your glute than you are into your knee. So try not to just dip down in that right knee, really lifting in and up. Reaching it out. And lifting. And let's do a couple more here. And lift. One more. And lift. And then we're going to hold it out through here. You're going to drop your left arm, take your right hand up and overhead. You're twisting over to the right, coming back to center, rotating over to the right. So you're kind of rounding your arms, pulling it back to center. So your weight is still shifted over to your right hip. Feeling a little bit in the glutes here, feeling a nice rotation in the spine. Abdominals stay in, it's just the belly button up, rotating. And then let's do one more. Come back to center, extending your hands out in front of you. You're going to press up through that leg, lifting up in the chest. We're going to switch to the other side, bending that left knee, reaching your hands out, and press it through. So through this movement here, starting to feel kind of your glute connecting, your abdominals in here, so you can really kind of keep that connection going as we rotate the arms. Pull the core in, press it up. Let's do three more here. And lift. Two more. And lift, and then one more. And lift, and then we're going to go down one more time. You're going to hold through here, drop your right arm down, left arm up. You're going to rotate to the left, come back to center. So you're kind of just twisting, taking that hand up over your head. So really find your rotation here. We're trying not to arch your spine, so your rotation might look a little differently than anybody else's. Really pulling in the core and out. Let's do two more. And out. This side is so much harder for me for some reason to twist. Ooh, a lot tighter. Take your hands out in front of you. You're going to press your legs all the way up. And then you're going to turn your right toe facing kind of outwards. So you're going to externally rotate in that right hip. You're going to twist over towards the right. So you're going to twist to the right from here. You're going to bend your knee as you reach your hands out through here. You're going to drop your chest down to the floor. So you're kind of like reaching your fingers down to the floor. You're going to press your right leg up as you take that left arm up and over. So you're looking over to the left. going up and over, bending the knee, and then pulling the core in and just hovering up off the ground. So we're not really touching the ground, we're just opening it up, pulling the core in, rotating, twisting down to the ground. So you're going to try to keep your right knee over your right heel, rotating and twisting. Let's do 2 more. Keeping the core going, really trying to build up some heat here. 1 more. Take note of kind of where my feet are here. One's externally rotated, you're going to hold. You're going to lift your chest up so it's in one straight line. You're going to start to take your arms back behind you and then out in front of you. So now you're at a slight rotation, like your left hip is opening up out to the side, your right is kind of facing forward. So keep moving the arms here. Keeping that right knee slightly bent. And then also putting even pressure on your little toe and your big toe. And then you're going to take your hands back, you're going to hold through here, start to pulse your arms up, some very tiny pulses, keeping the core in, really stretching through that left leg. You're going to feel it in your right glute, tiny pulses. Keeping the core in, remind yourself that this is still up and lifted, we're not just kind of like rounding down there. Hold through here, start to bend the elbows, take those hands back. Stretching out of the neck, bending, pressing it back. Keeping the core in, keeping your elbows in tight, really pressing through your triceps here. Let's do 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. You're going to press it back, and then you're going to reach down to the floor. Take your hands underneath your shoulders here. You're going to extend your right leg out and then your left leg out. You're going into a full plank here. Shoulders are going to pull back. You're going to start to dip your knees down to the floor, pressing through your arms. Open up the chest, stretching through the upper body. You're pressing it back, so you're stretching out through your arms, elongating out of your chest. You're continuing the motion. You're continuing the movement through this exercise here. So you're kind of like opening up your chest. You're pulling your abdominals forward. Let's do 3 more. Open it up so it's an active movement here. Shoulders are back. Abdominals are in. And 1 more. And then you're going to hold this position. I want you to take your right knee in, take your left knee in. You're hovering here and holding this. You're going to try to just hold here. You're going to take your right leg out, take your left leg out, open up your chest, take your right knee in, take your left knee in and hold. Extend your right leg out and left leg out. Let's go right knee in. How are we feeling here? Pull the core in. Just keeping it nice and smooth so your hips, your shoulders, your upper body stays exactly where it is. It's just the legs moving in. And then go out and out. And then you're going to go in 1 more time and in. And you're going to slowly drop the knees down. Uncurl your toes. It's going to a cat and cow. Round the abdominals all the way up. And then open up the chest. Make sure you're breathing deeply here too. Round it all the way up, pulling the core in. And then exhale. And then you're going to curl your toes underneath you. Let's pull the abdominals in, press out into a downward dog, pressing through your heels. Soften the knees, start to walk your hands into your feet. Slowly roll through the spine here. Roll your shoulders back. We're going over to the other side. We good? That was like kind of a long series. All right, let's take your start in parallel here. Rotate your left foot outwards here, so you're kind of in this position to start. Reach this hand up and over, so you're going up and over. You're going to bend this knee, you're going down here. So let's start here in this position. So you're pulling the core in, lifting up off that heel. You're pressing that leg out straight as you twist over to the right. You're going up and over, pulling the core in, down to the floor. You're going up and over, reaching out of your hands. And then bend that left knee, twisting down to the floor. Good, so it's a lot of core here, a lot of oblique. Really a lot of like length kind of out of your leg, down here, all the way up, and then lift up and over. Let's do 1 more, all the way up, and then you're going to go up and over here. You're going to hold this position, start to pull the abdominals in, so now you're lengthening here, start to take your arms back behind you, and then in front of you. So check in with your left hip, make sure you're not kind of opening up here. You're trying to pull this left hip backwards, trying to connect into that glute. Reach it all the way up. And back. And let's do 2 more here. And then 1 more. Let's hold your arms back. Start to do tiny pulses up. So you're stretching through your legs, elongating out through here, keeping the core in. Tiny pulses. Make sure you're still breathing. Think deep breaths. Hold your arms up. Start to bend the elbows. Press it back. Bend. Press it back. And then back. So still elongating out of your chest. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. And then 1 more. You're going to reach it back. We're going to go down into a plank. So you're going to reach your hands down. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Extend both legs out through here. You're going to take your heels together, toes apart here. So your shoulders are back. And then what you're going to do is bend the knees wide, press through your arms, zip up your inner thighs as you press your chest out. So your knees open up, stretching through your arms, zipping through the inner thighs, open up your chest. So you're still pulling in the abdominals. Try to think inner thighs, your glutes should still be working here. 2 more. And 1 more. And all the way out, you're going to hold your plank. You're going to go here. You're going to go right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. So now your knees stay open. Your heels don't exactly have to touch, but you're still trying to find your center. Keep the abdominals in. And then stretch. And let's do 2 more. Stretch it out. 1 more. Stretch it out. Woo. And then we're going to hold into the center here, keeping your knees apart, pulling the abdominals in. Start to drop your knees down. Unfold your toes. You're going to round all the way up. Exhale, pulling your shoulders back. And let's do 1 more. I'm going to flip around, rounding all the way up. Exhale, pulling your shoulders back. 1 more. Pull the core in, rounding up through here. Pull the shoulders back. You're going to shift your weight forward slightly. Start to bend your elbows. You're going to dip your chest to the floor. Press up through the arms. So you're thinking you're pulling your core into your spine. You're trying to keep a neutral pelvis here, so your spine is trying to stay straight. You're trying to keep your elbows into your side as well. And lift. Try not to arch as we go down. Soften your feet. Still feeling your inner thighs engaging. And 1 more. And lift, turn your fingers facing inwards. You're going into a triangle shape. Shoulders back, shift your weight forward again. Think flat back, bending the elbows, pushing up through your chest. So abdominals stay in, pressing it up. Still breathing, long breaths here. 3 more. And lift. How are we feeling? And lift. And 1 more. And lift. And you're going to sit back into a child's pose, reaching out through your fingertips. Let's pull the chin in. You're going to slowly start to roll the spine all the way up. Start to take your arms all the way up with you here. And then take your arms out to the side. And then we're going to flip your legs over and around. Take your feet in line with your hips here. They're going to be slightly apart. Start to reach your hands in front of you. You're going to lift up in the chest. Let's scoop and roll all the way down. You're going to peel through the spine. Slowly roll all the way down. Take your hands all the way up over your head. Circle the arms around towards your hips. And then you're going to lift up through here. If you need some extra support, you can grab on underneath your knees, kind of walk yourself up like that. Scoop and roll down. Peeling through the spine, taking your hands all the way up. Ooh, you can hear the shakes happening here. You're using this moment to kind of find your center again here, aligning your spine, really tapping into the core, kind of vertically here. All the way up. Circle around. Pull the chin in through here. You're going to scoop and roll halfway here, dropping the shoulders. You're going to start to hover your right knee up. Drop it down. Let's take the left knee up. Drop it down. So you're going to use your abdominals to lift your leg up. You're not going to just lift your leg up to lift your leg up from your quad and your hip flexor. You're thinking abdominals stay in and lift. And Keep going through here. Keep the abdominals in, shoulders are dropped. One more each side. I'm sweating, I'm shaking, all the things. Reaching your hands out, let's scoop and roll all the way down, peeling through the spine. Hands go up, circling the arms around. Let's pull the chin in, slowly starting to lift up through here. And then let's walk your heels in together. Let's take your knees slightly open. You're gonna scoop and roll halfway, and then you're gonna make kind of like an oval shape with your arms here. So you're just gonna start to open your arms out to the side, pulling your arms into center here. So you are at a slight hinge. If you feel like your hip flexors aggravate, you can turn your knees inward slightly. But find a position where your hip flexors aren't overly aggravating, but you're feeling kind of that inner thigh connection. Opening up, squeeze. And let's do 3 more. Keep the abdominals in, 2 more. And 1 more. You're gonna pull it back to center, extend your hands out. Let's scoop and roll all the way down through here. Take your hands up over your head. Let's circle it around. Hold the chin in, slowly start to lift it back up. You're gonna get back into that same position where you're gonna scoop at a diagonal. Hands are back into that oval position. You're gonna start to take your arms up and then drop it down. So you're only lifting it up so that your spine doesn't kind of wanna arch with you. You're keeping your spine in the same position. Mine's just like right to about here where I feel like my abdominals can't connect anymore, and I start taking it into my shoulders. Keep it in, so you're keeping the core in really tight. 3 more. Remind yourself you're still working your inner thighs. 2 more. 1 more. Back to center here, scoop and roll all the way down. Taking your hands up over your head, let's circle them around. Pull the chin in, let's slowly start to lift up through here. And now you're gonna turn your knees inwards. Let's go parallel about just a couple inches apart. Scoop and roll about halfway. Start to feel your heels pulling into your glutes. Same thing with the oval shape on a slight diagonal. We're gonna go into a figure 8. So you're gonna twist over to the right. You're gonna go twist, 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 lift up, and twist, twist, twist. So we're gonna make a figure 8 position here. I'm gonna walk my heels in together because I feel like I'm missing the ball here. I feel like I need that inner thigh connection. So if you squeeze your heels, you kind of feel that. Twist, lift, twist, twist, twist. So the rotation comes from the belly button up. Your lower half is staying where it is. Let's go right, twist, twist, left. Come back to center, and you're gonna find your center again here. Scoop and roll all the way down. Taking your hands up over your head. Let's circle the arms all the way around. Pulling the chin. Slowly starting to lift up. Now you're gonna twist over to the right. You're gonna go like this. You're gonna hinge as you twist, 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 and then you're gonna roll all the way down on that diagonal. Hands over your head, and let's lift up here. You're gonna pull the core in. We're gonna start to rotate to the left. You're rotating from the belly button up. As you start to roll down, we're still rolling down through the center even though your spine is twisted. So it's twisted kind of like a flag, like just like up against the pole. It's not like rotating to the side. I'm gonna scoot myself slightly forward. Twist, 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 roll all the way down. Hands up over your head. Let's lift up through here. Let's go over to the left, twist, pulling the core, and let's go all the way down. And let's lift right back up. 1 more each side, rotating to the right. Let's go all the way down. Hands come up, pull the chin in, lift up through here. 1 more to the left. Twist, twist, roll all the way down. And then let's lift right back up here. Ooh. And then we're gonna take your hands backwards, go onto your hands here. We're gonna keep your feet about hip distance apart here. Keep it like really wide, so we're not going in tight, we're keeping it wide. You're gonna start to hover your hips up, so now we're kind of lifted up here. You're gonna be light on your feet. I want you to bend the elbows slightly, lifting up. So your whole body stays in the same shape. It's just your elbows dipping very tiny bit. You're really pulling your core in here to support your elbows, triceps here. Try not to lock out in the elbows. You're trying to control it with your muscles the whole time. Pulling the core in. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Lift it up. Beautiful. Drop the hips down. You're gonna walk your feet inward slightly, and then you're gonna go down onto your elbows. So you're gonna take your knees apart here. I had to take a little sigh of relief. Lift up to here, pulling the abdominals in. So we're trying to get into a neutral pelvis here. So you're keeping the abs in from here. You're gonna start to hover your right leg up and then drop it down. Let's take your left leg up here and then drop it down and lift. You can also, if this feels like too much to stay lifted, you can drop all the way back flat on your back. You can take your hands behind your head and add a little curl. Whatever feels right for you. If this feels like it's straining your neck too much or like not tapping into the core a little bit more, lay all the way flat, but stay lifted. And lift. And let's stay over to the right. You're gonna hold here. Start to extend that leg all the way out. You're gonna bend the knee wide as you start to pull that leg in. So your abdominals are drawing the leg in here. Extend it out. Drawing it in. And let's do 3 more. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure you're not starting to sink down here. You're really lifting in and up. 2 more. And 1 more. You're going to extend it out. Start to tap that leg down and lift. Very tiny. I think you're lifting from the heel. Your leg is externally rotated very slightly. Lift. Let's do 3 more. Lift. 2 more. And 1 more. Lift, bend the knee, drop the foot down. You're going to start to push yourself up through here, lifting up out of the chest, reaching your hands around. We're going to roll all the way down. Just working through the spine one more time before we get back into that position. Take your hands up over your head, stretch out of your neck. Circle the arms around, pull the chin in. Let's lift all the way up. And then you're going to bend your elbows. Let's go back onto your elbows here. Check in again, lift up in the chest, pull the abdominals in. Start to hover your left leg up, drop it down, hover your right leg up, drop it down, left leg up. So if you can notice, my whole torso is not moving, it's just the legs moving here. Your abdominals are just stabilizing here. So you're hovering the left leg. Start to extend that leg out, bend the knee in here, stretching it out, bend the knee in, reaching it out, bend it in. How are we feeling? A lot of low abdominals, a lot of inner thigh here. It's also opening up the chest, really staying lifted, working between your shoulder blades. Everything is always full body, so if you're feeling any part of your body kind of relaxing, check in with that place and be like, okay, how do I stay lifted? How do I connect a little bit deeper into that part? 1 more. Extend your leg out. You're going to tap the leg down and lift. So keeping the core and lift. Let's do 3 more. 2 more, and 1 more. And then bend the knee. You're going to start to push yourself all the way up here, reaching the hands all the way around, and scoop and roll all the way down. Peeling through the spine, taking your hands up over your head, circling the arms around. And let's lift up through here. Let's take a quick little butterfly here. Open up your knees, drop your head down, stretch through here. And then let's lift up. We're going to go back over onto your knees. We're going to go onto your forearms here. So I want you to keep your right knee down. You're going to extend your left leg out. So we're going to kind of find this position here. So you're pulling the core in. You're going to start to tuck your right toe underneath. Your shoulders are back. You're going to start to pull the abdominals in just to lift that right knee up very slightly. And then drop it down. So it's more about your abdominals connecting to kind of lift and hover. I hope you can see that. It's very tiny. My right knee is just lifting up about 1 inch. You're lifting up, dropping it down. Really stretching through that left leg, lifting up, dropping down. Let's do 1 more. Lifting up, dropping down. You're going to uncurl your toe on the right side. Start to take that left leg up to the ceiling. You're going to keep it in parallel first. You're going to start to draw that knee into your chest and then stretch it out. Draw the knee in, stretch it out. And also check in with where your body is here. We don't want to be pulling too far backwards here onto our shoulders. We want to shift forward so you're really pulling your core, kind of lengthening out through the top of your head. And let's do 2 more. Try not to arch in the spine. 1 more. Extend it out. You're going to tap over to the left. You're going to lift up. Tap over to the right. Pull the abdominals in, you're gonna go tap and tap. Core stays in, nice little move here. And tap. And let's do 2 more. Tap, 1 more. And tap. And then you're gonna drop that knee in through here. Try to pull your body weight back into the center. You're gonna start to extend your right leg out here. Pull the core in, tuck your left toe underneath. You're gonna lift up, hover up off the ground, and then drop it down. So you're pulling your abdominals in, lifting up and hovering. Drop it down. 3 more. How are we feeling? Shoulders are pulled back. 2 more here. Lift. And 1 more. Drop it down. Unfold your left foot. You're gonna start to take that right leg all the way up, pulling the core in here. You're gonna tap that toe down and then lift. Do we do these or do we bend the knee in? Let's go into the bent knee. I think we started here. Bend the knee in. Extend it all the way out. So shoulders are back, abdominals stay in. Really lengthening out. Check in with your shoulders, make sure your shoulders are back. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. And then 1 more. You're gonna extend it all the way out. Tap that toe over to the right. Try not to shift your body here. So you're trying to keep your body weight in the center of the body, really using your obliques to kind of control the leg. And then drop. And let's go over to the side. Keeping the core in. It's a lot of core work. It looks like it would be a lot more glute work, but it's so much core here. And then up and over. And 1 more. And up and over. And you're gonna drop that leg down. Sit back into a child's pose, stretching through the arms. Let's take your left hand underneath your right arm. Let's get a nice twist over to the right. And then both arms out straight, stretching through your upper body. Take your right hand underneath the left. Get a nice twist over to the side. And then reaching both arms all the way out. Let's pull the chin in. You're gonna slowly start to draw your abdominals into your spine. You're gonna let your head be the very last thing as you lift up here. Let's start to do a couple arm circles. How are we doing? Okay. And let's do 1 more here. And let's reach your hands forward in front of you. Tuck your toes underneath. Let's press back into a downward dog. Start to pedal through your feet. 1 foot at a time. Drop your left heel down. Take your right heel down. Left knee into your chest. Open that leg out to the side. You can keep that hip nice and open. Drop it down. Take your right knee into your chest. Open up that right side. Really pressing through that left heel. And then drop it down. Let's start to walk your feet in towards your hands. Take your feet directly underneath your hips. Soften your knees and then grab onto your elbows. Let your head drop all the way down. Start to nod your head. Shake your head. Really allow gravity to pull your upper body down to the floor, and then you're going to release your arms through here. Start to pull the chin in. Slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Lift up off your chest. You're going to do a couple shoulder rolls. I'd love everybody to end with kind of your hips up against a wall. Let's take your legs up here. Just open up your arms out to the side. Just lay here for like a few minutes, however many minutes you have here, just to kind of get back in tune with yourself. I hope everybody feels great. That was pretty intense. I'm definitely like at a little bit of a loss for words. I love you all. I hope everybody feels really good. I hope this didn't cut out because I see that. Okay. So today, again, there's a 30-minute at 4 p.m. I'm going to make it different than this one. So if you want to join again to have another little afternoon boost. I feel like now that I'm not moving around kind of all day, like I do this and then I go right into like hanging with my kids, sometimes it's nice to have another little reset in the afternoon, especially with these 30 minutes kind of quicker paced, just to like get you back. And Thursday, 10 a.m., same, if no one's joined for me for that one. Trying to think of all the things. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me here again. I love you all. I really appreciate you joining me here. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.